Whose Instagram is this? My Instagram.
Well, we're doing that classic where I said that we should talk at the beginning of it rather than just stand there, and we were
Was
just
it
standing there.
professional start?
Yeah, do a professional start.
I was.
Well, I think she left me.
What's that? Oh, have I left the tap on?
Left the tap on.
Hi, Anne. Hello, Leo. Wait,
That's good.
that's not a good start, is
We're
it?
getting better at these now. Tap was just left on. Hello, Anne. Hello, Leo. We wanted to do a really professional start there to our videos.
Failed again.
And I had to just run and turn the tap off. Hello, Ellie. Hello, Pippin's mummy.
Hello?
Yeah, the reason why I've got Lana is because of Pippin. So.
What?
Yes, that was just
Oh.
Pippin. Yeah. Morning.
Hello.
So today I thought we can do a stash buster. So chat about what patterns I've got to help you.
What's the stash?
Oh yeah.
There's apparently something to do with having too much yarn.
Yeah, that's true. You can never have enough yarn.
I've got to admit, right? I started with just the yarn I needed.
Yeah.
And then I got I inherited a little bag, and that's got yarn in, and then 2 bags, and now there's a big wicker basket.
Yeah.
Full of yarn, with now 2 bags of yarn on top. So,
But that's nothing. That's just that's a tiny bit amount. Because you've only been knitting for a year or so.
hi, girl.
So. Hello, girl.
No, I've got no room to grow my stash any bigger.
You could build. You can build a shed for your stash if you want to do. Anyway.
No, but you're going to solve the problem.
Yes, that's what I was just about to say.
Yeah, no, I would beat it.
This hopefully today I'm going to show you some patterns to use up what you've got in your stash. And some people just have a tiny stash like David, and then some other people might have a whole room full of yarn. So I thought
Sue's watching now saying that's not a tiny stash. No more yarn.
It's all what you've seen.
I got a shed.
So I thought I'd start off with something very, very simple. So if
Gail's waving to us.
Oh, right,
yeah,
okay.
we can't see.
Okay. We can't see them.
I'll see you later.
Yeah. So I thought I'd start off with something really simple. So this is great for beginners as well, and it doesn't matter how many balls it takes to knit it. So for example, this size, so this is just simple blanket. This takes 1 ball. Hang on. 2 balls of each colour. So in here we've got 3 colours. So this takes 2 or 3 colours, which is 6 balls. And it creates this size.
So you get 2. How many squares do you get off a ball? 2 for each colour.
7.
That's lots.
Yeah. So it depends on the meterage of the yarn and things like that. So that's how much 6 balls take.
I guess you can just keep adding to this.
Yeah. So this is if you haven't got a stash, you can just buy from me if you wanted to. 6 balls of yarn in different colours. This is DK weight, but if you've got a stash, this is mine. This is just lots of different colours, or just using up stash. So this is just great. So the pattern's available on my website as a free download. But if you're an experienced knitter, it's just cast on 28 stitches, or cast on any amount of stitches as you want for a square, and then just knit it until it's a square.
Yeah. I think Anne's got something like this with her sock yarn, hasn't she?
Yeah, that's different.
Is that different?
That's different. Yeah, Anne's is a mitered square blanket, which is another great way of using up yarn, but that's for your more experienced knitters. So yeah, the never-ending blanket is.
I think Anne can knit in her sleep, so
yeah,
it's fine.
yeah. So that's one thing to use your yarn up with, and then another one is the Davina scarf, and this is 2 strands of Aran weight together, and I thought I'll show you what that actually looks like. So you've got 2 balls and then 2 strands, and you just hold them together and knit. And I thought I'd just quickly show you what that looks like. So cast on with the 2 strands together.
This is my favourite sort of knitting.
Yeah, chunky needles and chunky yarn. So I'm casting on with the thumb method, but you can use any cast on you want. And I'll just show you. So you just use the 2 strands as if they were one, and then just knit. And that's all you need to do to create a chunky.
And these don't have to be the same weight of yarn. You can mix.
So yes, a good point. So with the Davina cowl, this is 2 Arons. So I used the Tara and the Blueface Leicester. I used the Kilcara tweed in the Tara colour with the Blueface Leicester, and you need 2 balls of these for 1 hank of these to knit this length. But you can use up your stash. So this is the scarf again, but when, you know, with little oddments that I had of the Kilcara tweed, and then when you've finished.
So you just go until you run out of a colour.
That's it.
And then just pick up the next colour.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So you don't really know what it's going to turn out like until you finish.
Yeah, which is fun.
Yeah, just go through the box and find out, and that's what you're going to add to it next.
Yeah.
I like that.
Which is so that's with the 2 Arons together, and then you've got the Dave the Hat.
My favourite.
Did you want to put Dave the Hat on, or would you?
I'll put a Dave the Hat on if you want.
So this is Dave the Hat, and this again takes 2 of the Aran strands together. So I used Kilcara tweed again for this one, and again you do the 2 strands together, and then if you've got stash, you can do this and use up bits.
Yeah.
But David, this was the first thing that he knitted, and he knitted loads of these for gifts. I get.
This is my favourite because it's really straightforward, and it's chunky yarn, about two yarns.
It's 2 Arons in the pattern, but David's done something a little bit different.
Yeah, I think I used 8mm needles.
Yeah.
So I've made lots of Dave the Hats for people, but my favourite Dave the Hat was this yarn, which is the soft Donegal, mixed with this. Was this Robin? I can't remember.
No, this is Bullfinch.
Bullfinch, okay. This is sock
yarn, yeah. So 4-ply.
And I just combined these, and I got a really nice grey Dave the Hat with just a little bit of red running through, which was for a friend. Well, my mother-in-law's friend who just loves little bits of red. She has red in her hair, so I made her a hat as a gift. And it's really quick. I made a Christmas present for someone on Christmas Eve. It was Dave the Hat.
Oh.
And I sat there and knitted it in about 2.5 hours, and I'm slow. So it's really, really quick to make little gifts for people, just with what you've got left over.
I don't think you're slow. It's just compared to other people that have been knitting longer.
Yeah, everybody else I know.
Yeah. It's all like compared to who you're comparing yourself to. But yeah, I don't think you're slow.
It was the quickest project I've done so.
Yeah, I mean, if you can knit a Dave the Hat in an evening and you think you're slow, then
okay.
Yeah.
But it's just straightforward.
It is, and they're fun to do. So so they're great for if you're a beginner, and then if you're an experienced knitter, you can.
Well, I do the short one like this. You've got the long one.
I've got the long one on, which you can turn round if you want. So they're obviously great quick Christmas presents as well, from what David says. So that'd be pretty cool to do.
Last minute.
Yeah. Although we've got lots of preparation this year.
Plenty of time still.
Yeah, but then still we can even be last minute. It doesn't matter how much time you've got. Sometimes that deadline looms up quite quickly.
So they're fairly simple. Is there anything else?
Yeah, so if you've got, so they're for Aran weight. So if you've got Aran weight in your stash, the blanket was double knit, but you can use it for Aran weight as well. But then David's shown that if you've got a chunky or 4-ply in your stash, you can also use this hat pattern. So it's great for using up bits like that, and they just take a ball each. If you've got lots of 4-ply, so if you're addicted to sock knitting and you've got bits left over, then
I found out, like, from our knitting groups, some people just knit one sock.
yeah, it's called the second sock syndrome. So there are, I'll just get into the frame, I'll just talk to David and I'll talk to you here. Yeah, it's called the second sock syndrome.
Right.
So it means that you knit your first sock, but then you just can't knit your second
Just
sock.
like the sock design, and then just pick a new one.
Yeah, I've got something in my eye, I'm going to start crying in a minute. So if you have some yarn left over from knitting socks, then I've got some 4-ply mittens, and these look very tiny, but they're magical. So I use really simple patterns, or I design really simple patterns that are magical. So this can look really tiny, but they do fit everyone's hands. And this is a 4-ply. So this uses up your 4-ply. It takes 35 grams of 4-ply to do this length.
That's quite long.
Yeah, and to obviously do 2. But obviously if you haven't got 35 grams left and you've got a little bit less, then you can make them shorter. And the other thing that I designed, why I designed the funky mittens, was for people coming into sock knitting. So they wanted to knit socks, but they were a bit scared of double pointed or the heel or things like that. So this is great for practicing on double pointed, and then you've got a bit of shaping on the thumb. But I kept that like that. So it's all rib.
They're very stretchy.
Yeah, and they're great.
But then they've got like, yeah, this edge just holds it together.
Yeah, so I'm quite tight on my, that's your cast off edge.
Yeah.
I'm quite tight on my cast off edge. So, but yeah, so they can fit any size hands, even though they look.
So a little bit more experienced knitter project.
If you, yeah, I would say you'd be alright. It's just double pointed needles that can be a bit scary. But that's why I designed these, so they're nice and easy. But if you've got less than 35 grams, say just 10 or 15 grams left of 4-ply yarn, I've got these baby socks. So this size takes just 10 to 15
They're tiny.
grams, yeah. So that's for your
Are these
little people.
newborn?
Yeah. And then these are for a toddler, and these take 18 to 22 grams. So they're great for, and that's your baby's first sock. So they're great for using up your stash. And then,
What else have we got?
again with 4-ply, come back to the hug hat. So and mittens. So the hug hat is great for using up your 4-ply, because I don't know how much that would take. I haven't weighed it, but that's only got to be about, yeah, under 10 grams to do that. So if you've got some yarn,
Really?
just to do the colour, just the colour. So yeah,
Oh, so just use it bits up.
yeah, so great for using up little bits of 4-ply again, and that will be great with sock yarn. If you did different colours sock yarn for that, obviously you might need to get a 25 grams. Yeah, I would say 25 grams, maybe a little. Maybe you're going to second ball.
The main colour, just
Yeah.
for this bit.
Yeah. And then again with the mittens, they're only going to take a little bit as well.
This is good.
Yeah.
So this is the slip stitch. So it's, again,
Yeah.
it's not too complicated.
No.
So I'm saying I'm not
Yeah.
doing it yet. I will do this at some point.
No, it's a nice
I like that. I just like the way it gathers at the top.
simple one. And then these are this is the stick socks, and these are if you've got a little bit of sock yarn left over. You can always change the heel as well, so the heel and toe, but they take up a little bit less sock yarn, so about half a ball of sock yarn. So that's Another good one, and this one again is half a ball of sock yarn.
Some people I know only wear odd socks, you know.
Yeah.
They never wear a matching pair.
No, that's supposed to be good luck.
Good luck?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why? It's easy, because then you don't have to worry about losing them in the washing
It's
machine.
like anything, any superstition or any good luck thing. Someone obviously
Decided.
had a good luck when they wore their odd socks. And therefore it's good luck. So, also got on the socks thing, if you wanted to, Christmas socks. So this is using up bits of yarn, and you have odd socks. That was like a seamless.
And I didn't even know.
I didn't know. I just picked them up.
That's weird.
Yeah. So you have one ball of turquoise, but it's not enough to do 2 pairs. So you have one ball of turquoise, one ball of blue, and one ball of red, and then you just mirror them over. So the turquoise then becomes the turquoise reindeer, and then the blue becomes the blue.
Hi, Mary.
Hiya.
I think we woke Mary up early this morning.
Yeah, she had to get up earlier.
That's my fault. I've got an online wedding to go to at 1 o'clock. So my friends were going to get married, but they can't. So they're going to sort of do it in the kitchen. That'll be fun.
So that's the original sock pattern. So with the red and the green. And the
This looks complicated.
brown. It's a little bit of
Is it still slip stitch?
no. So this is slip stitch here, but then I did this as Fair Isle. Some people you could do it as intarsia, but there'd be so many ends. So I did that one as Fair Isle. Oh, Gail suffers from the second sock syndrome.
Do you get? Yeah, it's fine. I suffer from the first sock syndrome, so it's okay. One day I will knit a sock, just to say I've done it. She's poking her eye out on camera. Don't cry.
So then, if in your stash you've got oddments of yarn, so here I've got a denim, a green, a yellow and a blue. Obviously I've picked that off my shelves, and this is a merino DK. So if you've got like oddments like this and you don't know what to do with them, may I shall I get you to hold them?
Go on, I'll hold it.
May I suggest the Carlton Gill blanket. So in this one I used cream and then a brown, a light brown and a dark brown, because they're natural colours, and it takes 2 hanks of the cream and 1 hank either of the brown and light brown, both, not either. But if you get 2 hanks of the cream and then mix them, so this is the amount that you need for that blanket.
So 2 hanks of that, and
Yeah.
then 4.
Yeah. So basically, for every, because you're striping it.
These are just 50 grams.
Yeah. Because you're striping it, those all stripe together and those all stripe together.
Yeah.
So 2 rows in this and then 2 rows in that, and then you can use up your stash in a nice blanket.
I agree. I think, Gail, what you should do, Gail's saying the first sock's always the most fun.
Yeah.
So don't cry.
And I've got a fibre in my eye. I'm sorry.
I've lost my train of thought. Right, yeah. What you need to do is team up with someone and both knit the first sock.
Oh, friends sock knitting.
Yeah, partner up and do a sock each. Mind you, there might be different sizes.
Yeah, that's the only thing. That's a tension. That's for another video.
Well, I just had to give you the chance to say tension square in the video. It's part of the rules, isn't it?
Yeah.
At least once.
Yeah. And then another stash buster is this scarf. So this scarf just takes 3 hanks, 3 balls of yarn. This is the Docas scarf. It's knitted in double knit, and that just takes 3 balls to do that one.
Let me look at that one.
I'm going to put it on.
Oh, you're going to wear it? Okay.
Yeah.
Go on
So this one is asymmetrical, so you start at the bottom and you increase up and then cast off there. And you can wear it any way you like, but I sort of like just put it round like this and tie it at the side. I'm not doing that very neatly on here.
That looks good.
Thanks very much. So it just takes 3 balls to knit this one, but again you can use up oddments.
Which way?
Double knit.
Double knit.
Yeah. So again, with the ones that I've got here, because they're easy to hand, you could put those 3 together. So you can just use up
I like these colours
that you've got in your stash.
This is my favourite colours. Greys and orange.
Gay wants to know if you're offering to knit the second sock.
There
you go, we can add that to his project.
I feel like you're my project manager, Gail. Just don't give me a schedule and we'll be fine. I'm going to get a spreadsheet from my house. Here you go.
So yeah, I think that's all the projects that I can think of at the moment. There are loads more.
Yeah.
My eye is watering because I have got contact lenses and a fibre has gone into it. So that's another thing, I guess, on live. Just got to work through it, so I'll just be standing here crying. Yeah. Stop crying your eyes out.
Catherine hat.
Oh yeah, that's true. The Catherine hat. Oh, I haven't got one, but yeah, that's really good point.
And mittens done with stripes over a multitude of. Cover a multitude of ends.
Okay.
Cozy mittens.
So this is the Catherine hat. I haven't got one. I'm knitting one at the moment, and this one could be great for using up bits of yarn because you're changing this bit here. So if you keep this, the purple, the same colour, so whatever, purple, white or whatever, and then this bit here, you change that. I did that. Oh, there you go. So that is different bits, different colours, all used up. So, you know, it just changing the colour on every stripe. It's a really good suggestion, thank you. And Maria, thanks very much for that. But yeah, we've come to the end of it now. Yeah.
So stash busting ideas.
Stash busting, and then so the last Saturday lockdown Insta live will be next Saturday.
Yeah.
Hopefully it will be the last one because then I'll be open again. So if you've got any suggestions on any other videos,
I'm nodding my head and I can just feel his pomp.
yeah, then shout. If you want to see David nodding his pom pom.
Oh, okay. I was just a little bit worried what you were going to say then.
Casting on for socks.
No, I'm not agreed to that yet.
That's an option. But yeah, thank you for joining us this week and hopefully see you next week.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.
Okay.